What's up, everybody? Big Hurt 916, getting down with Fresh Out. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You know how we do it over here. Go to freshoutseries.com, pick you up some merch, grab you some soap, and wash your ass. I'm here with the homie Akiem back once again. We kicking game. You know, we always talking about current events, what's going on right now. And Akiem, there's a lot to unfold, man. We see what's going on with the current situation with the they say that, you know, the Pentagon whistleblower, and you know, we see Kamala, you know, over in Africa, you know, pushing whatever narrative she's got going on. What's your opinion, man, and what's your viewpoints on some of the things that's going on in this country right now, and what do we need to do to get back to some American values?
First, before I answer that, I just want to say thank you for having me on. You know, we did the other interview.
Yeah.
It wasn't live, or
no,
it wasn't
live
in person.
Is always different.
Right. So I appreciate you having me on. It's crazy. Like stuff that's happening today is like it's like, am I watching a movie that crazy. Somebody wrote out and said this is how I want things to go? You know, because you got they're pushing the agenda, the gay agenda, the LG, you know, that whole thing. Okay, I'm fine. That's the lifestyle you want to lead, but don't push it on my children.
On that note, and I talked about this before, what about the Dalai Lama thing? Did you see it?
No, you mentioned that to me earlier. I just now hearing about it. Because, see, I don't watch the news. Yeah. The reason why I don't watch the news, because it'll have me pissed off all the time. So I try to keep my mind in a positive
somebody
space.
went out. I said it on Big Hurt channel, but briefly, you know, the video shows him and he's with this young boy, and you know, first he hugs the boy and he touches his forehead, and then he sticks his tongue out, and he does this thing with his tongue, and he tells the boy to come suck his tongue, and he invites the boy in, and they're talking about somebody tried to explain to me that, oh well, you know, the parents are right there and he's exchanging energy and blah 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 blah. And I'm saying, you know what, there's all type of people who use religion for purposes that's not very, they have undertones. Mm-hmm. I mean, and so I don't care who it is. There's certain things in there, and it's like they, you know, and that's how they used to do back in the days in Rome and all these other places where the priest, high priest, is doing stuff and nobody said nothing. Mm-hmm. And it's like this stuff right now is all in our face, man. Like you said, some of the stuff with the kids is all in our face, man.
Yeah, they're making it so that you have no choice but to accept it. And what's happening, people are just walking into it and accepting it. You know, 10 years ago, we'd be like, oh, hell no, we're not going to watch that. We're going to turn it. But every time you turn the channel, there's something with their agenda on it. The cartoons, even they're starting to, you know, advertise the food in that way. You know, like you see commercials with those agendas on it. So what's happening is they're trying to slow down the birth rate. They're trying to keep us from reproducing. And when I say keep us, people that have this color. Because their birth rate is slowed down. Yeah, I know what they say in the news. Oh, you know, we have our birth rate is behind. No, there's always been behind since the 30s. So what's happening is if they could keep us from procreating, having children, or if they could keep us at odds with each other, because that's what it is right now. The black men and black women is arguing all the time about something. When they put us on TV, we fighting about something. And it's mainly, you see the black woman upset with it. Give me a movie or a show that shows a father in a good light.
Well, just by you saying that, the first thing that popped in my mind was Kevin Samuels and how they cheered when he got killed.
Right.
Well, I don't like to say he got killed, but they say he died from, but who, you know.
That's fishy.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you know. But long as they can, this whole agenda is to do one thing, kill masculinity. They come up with this term, toxic masculinity. What is that? Then if there's a toxic masculinity, there got to be a toxic femininity. You can't have one without
Yeah,
the
you're
other.
right. You're right. It can't be just one sided.
It can't be just side.
Yeah.
One side, but they just want to hold it. But what they're calling toxic masculinity is men who just want to be men. We don't want to, actual masculine men don't want to act like females. They don't want to do anything a female does. They don't even want to be associated, well, you wearing something that look like what a woman wear. But they trying to make that like that's wrong. You're not getting in touch with your feminine side. No, I don't need to get in touch with my feminine side. I'm masculine. That's all I want to be. Because that's where I feel comfortable. That's where I'm happy.
When did it become wrong, man?
But it became wrong because just think about it. If you have a strong, masculine black male in the house, what you think is going to happen? You're going to have a household that's going to have stable children in it. See, look, a lot of the whole, if you look at what's really happening, go to poorer neighborhoods. Who's the one who's running the household? The female, black female. I'm just talking about in our hoods. Mm-hmm. The black female is running the household, right? So where do we have the most crime at? Think about it.
Yeah, you're right.
It's in the household where the black female is running it. And that male is running wild. He don't really have any real guidance, no masculine energy to balance off where he's receiving every day feminine energy.
Yeah, right.
When you get a male that's constantly receiving feminine energy only, you're gonna have he's confused.
Yeah.
He don't have any balance there. Yeah. We need the yin and the yang. Some people, you blame it on, the first thing, you blame it all on us. No, I'm not blaming it on anybody. What I'm saying is, in those situations, and you have a black male without the balance of a masculine energy, you got a recipe for disaster because he don't know how to channel it. And the male is there to show him how to channel his aggressions, show him how to deal with rejection. So tell him if someone tell you no, accept that.
That's right. Yeah. You're not all emotional about
it. Right,
Yeah.
You're not emotional. Hey, you know, when we were growing up, right? How many women told us no? Okay.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You know, we learned how to deal with rejections. These males now don't know what that means. Why? Because the mama gave them everything they wanted. Every time they cried, whimpered. And you could tell that type of male, when he confront a guy like me, when you say, yo, man, chill out. Yo, relax. First thing you know, he's confused, like he ain't never experienced that before.
Yeah.
And he's so confused, he think he can whoop your ass. And he come at you like he say, listen, boy, I come from a different place. We play for keeps and where I come from.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to get in the hospital or it might be even more serious than that. But they don't recognize that, you know. So let me go back to my point. Where you find the most crime is when you have that unbalance of you have the female as a sole provider. So these guys are looking for women to take care of them. So who is producing these types of men? That the same women say they ain't no good men. Black men don't come up with one person, and that's a black woman. 9 months she carried that child. 9 months, period. We don't deliver children. Men don't deliver children. Yeah. So 9 months she got sole custody of that child in her womb until he comes out. And even after that, she got pretty much all the custody. So that's where we got to start. Where the root of the problem is. We need our families together. We need that masculine energy, and our women got to realize they need that.
Now, do you think that whole situation has been kind of propagated because of the lack of value in marriage and family?
Because that's part of it. It's an agenda. When you're trying to, people will not agree with me or be upset, but I'm real. Black men and black women is the most powerful, two powerful beings on the planet. And you can see it. You can see it in sports. And when I say black man, black women, I'm talking about all the people of color. I put it all in that. Most powerful. That's why they spend so much time going after the most powerful. If we were just this weakling people, why you invest all your money in keeping us miseducated, misfed, keep us from having the making money? Whenever you see a group of us getting together and we're doing good, guess what happens? They come in and disrupt that. You see? So you got to really work in secret to even get anything going.
Yeah.
You see? So the agenda is to keep us always at odds with each other so that they can mine the most valuable resource that they got, our energy. We're being mined. Think about it. We are being mined just like any other resource, of oil, minerals. We are being mined. How do you mine? You dig up, you manipulate, you crush. That's what they're doing to us. They're mining out our energy. Because without us, we're the battery of all economies. This Western culture, who spends the most money?
And that's something, and we're only, 13%?
See, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
13%. That's a lie. We're not 13%. We are the majority. I tell you why. I used to hire people. So they have on the application who can identify as Hispanic or who can identify as white, black, white. I mean, white, black, white, Asian American, all of that, right? Who can identify? When you go to the term white, people from Europe, Middle East, here, in India, East India, can identify as white. So you have to understand what white really means. It's not a people, it's a political status. But see, way the media spins it, they make you think, get you to look at the skin. When they saying white, it ain't about the skin. Because so I could be born in the UK. I know somebody who from the UK darker than both of us, but they can go check off white on the application because that's where they're from.
Oh, based on the demographics.
It's based on the demographics of where they're from. That's what that
so
really
these numbers,
means.
they lie in all these numbers.
Let's just take the veil off. Let's think about it. Take the veil off your eyes and just let's look at reality. Whenever you go somewhere, any state, any country, who do you see? Who do you see? Do you see a lot of white folks? Think about it. Just take a hard look. Let's say Dominican Republic. Let's say Honduras. Let's say Philippines. Let's say, let's use some of these states. South Carolina, North Carolina, right here, California. Texas. Think about it. Who do you see working in all these government buildings? Our sisters, for the most part.
Yeah, you're right. I remember.
Think about it.
Yeah.
When you really look at it, you travel to these towns, all you see is us. So how do they got us believing we the minority? No, we're the minority on paper. Not 80% of the world is made up of people of color.
But most people don't even sit back and think about it like
No.
that. 'Cause like you said,
No.
they're watching.
But where they traveling to?
Yeah.
When they traveling to, what places they traveling to see black folks? What they call them black?
Well, you know, when you said that, it kind of made me think about it, and I'm listening to you, and you're right. You know, I mean,
when you take the narrative out of your head and you really look at it and just sit back and observe, you start to see. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What I see doesn't represent what they say, and it's always been like that.
Well, you know, it's gotten to a point now where you got to basically do your own research on everything because the media, they all have a script, and they're going to tell you the same story. And that story is a program to keep you in a box so that you don't question the true narrative. Because like as you start questioning it and you look at things, and it's like you said, you're talking about, you know, blacks in different places actually getting together and coming together, it would change everything. But they got to make it appear that we're all disenfranchised. We don't have any sense of self. Therefore, there will never be any unity among us, period. Mm-hmm. And that allows, you know, control. Control doesn't have to be physical enclosure. It can be, mental. The mental control is the most powerful. First off,
It's on autopilot.
Yeah.
Now, meaning we are destroying ourselves through how we treat each other.
yes, yeah.
See, you think about, they put all these agendas in place years ago, right, to get their, and by the way, while I'm on that topic, who put the agenda in place? The Democratic Party. Okay, the Democratic Party is the most racist party there is. Although they got a lot of so-called black African-American people representing that party, it's a racist party by definition. It was started off by
The Klan.
It started off by Pitchfork Ben Tillman, who is the founder of Clemson University. If you go look up Clemson University, they got him. They talk about it. They don't even hide this racist. They don't even hide him. And he's down there on the State House grounds in South Carolina too. But see, they don't talk about that. What he did was they recruited the Klan as the army to go after anybody that was going to vote for Republican.
Well, I know the first official blacks who were voted into Congress during that, I want to say South Carolina and some of the southern states, were black Republicans.
They all were.
Yeah.
All of them. There was no other. It was just a Republican.
Yeah,
That's it. The Democratic Party came. The reason why it came into existence is to defeat the Republican Party. You see? And it came through killing, lynching,
intimidation. Yeah.
That's how it came through.
So how this whole flip come about? Because I get a lot of people. Oh man, Big Hurricane changed.
They're gonna hate me for saying this one. Civil rights movement.
Yeah, NAACP.
Mm-hmm. See, what they do is, okay, we can't beat them. If we come at them directly with our racist ways, we give them somebody that look like them and let them pretend like they're helping them when we really hurting them. The worst thing that ever happened to our people is when we integrated into their schools. The worst thing. Because before that, what did we have? Black Wall Street. They were destroying our communities, our prosperity, because they were going off to war fighting each other and had to come back and had no jobs. And here we are, we had all the trades. The tailors, the blacksmith, the carpenters, the what do you call it, metal workers, or there's another word they use it, I can't think of the term right now. Well, we had all that.
When you say that, I think about Dr. Claude Anderson. He was talking about like how they have black-owned bus lines, and they said when they did the whole integration, he said they lost their businesses because black people stopped riding because they wanted to go on the other bus of the integration. So
marketing.
Marketing.
They marketed to our people that this is better. How did they do that? Integration into the school system to make them. When you get a person's mind thinking. No matter, you could be the best bus line in the world, but if you get a person thinking that something is wrong with you through the education system, the way they taught it, then everybody you look at, let's put it this way, and let's be real with each other. When you see another black man, what's the first thing you think?
Me personally, if I see another brother, I'm hoping he's on the same time. But if I see a brother, I'm looking to try to share something positive.
Right. That's now. But think about when you was.
When I was a youngster, man, it was a lot of anger.
Right.
A lot of anger.
First, because where did that come from? Why are we so.
We were conditioned.
Why want to fight each other for no reason? You see a strange black man and you looking at him up and down, comparing what you got to what he got. Yeah. Where did we get that from? We were psychologically programmed to hate ourselves. So when you hate another black man, that means you hate yourself, right?
That's right.
So when you look at another black man because you hate yourself, you're trying to find something wrong with him to make yourself feel better. So that's why your first encounter with another brother, especially when you're young, was a fight.
You're right. We were conditioned, and then it was tribal because sometimes it'd be a sports rivalry, but then it'd be hood against hood.
Right.
So then it would become off like, oh, this guy's from another neighborhood. So automatically it was on, and it was just because, for the simple fact that he looked like me. It wasn't, it wasn't like you had to
You're
get
fighting yourself everywhere you go. You fighting yourself.
Yeah.
Through that man, he's just a mirror to you, and you got to beat him because you haven't taken the time to beat yourself into believing that you're better than what they said you was.
Hey man, I want to break this up. We got so much to get into. I got some other stuff I want to hit you up about, man. So yeah, hey, Big Herc 916, fresh out, getting out of Akiem, bro. We got some heat. You tired of smelling like stanky butt, funky armpits? Wash your ass. Go to freshoutseries.com and pick you up a bar of soap.